You ever have someone on a crisis call drop a line that hits you out of nowhere? One of those moments where your mind goes blank for a second because whatever you say next could either get them talking or set them off. It happens to all of us. And in those moments, you don't need the perfect line. You just need a simple move that keeps them talking and helps the call move in the right direction. I'm Troy Seward, retired police lieutenant and certified CIT trainer. I've spent years teaching officers how to communicate more effectively on mental health calls. Here's a common problem officers run into on crisis calls. Someone says something unexpected or unclear, and you're left thinking, what do I even say to that? You heard what they said, you're just not sure what direction to take the conversation next. Other times, you just want more information without pushing too hard or making them feel cornered. Either way, if you say the wrong thing, the call can get harder fast. That's where mirroring helps. It keeps the conversation moving without making the situation worse. So what is mirroring? It's simply repeating the last few words someone said or the main point they shared in a calm, curious tone. Then you pause and let them keep talking. It's one of the easiest skills we have, but most officers never use it intentionally. Now, before we're done, I'll show you the mistakes that cause mirroring to backfire. But for now, here's why mirroring helps. Used the right way, mirroring does three things. It gives you a second to think without breaking the flow of the conversation. It shows the person you're paying attention, and it keeps the conversation focused on the point you really want to understand. That keeps you from guessing your way through a crisis. So let's look at 3 tips on how to use mirroring. Tip number 1, start by deciding what you're going to mirror. Before you say anything, listen to what the person is saying and choose the part you want them to talk about more. You have 2 options. Mirror the main point or mirror their last few words. Let's look at the first one, mirroring the main point. When you want someone to tell you more about a specific part of what they said, you mirror the words they used in that part of the statement. Picture this. Someone tells you, everything sucks, my boss is all over me at work, and my wife's not talking to me. If you want them to go deeper on a specific part of that, you could say, your boss is all over you? Or to go in a different direction, you could say, she's not talking to you? Whatever part you mirror is where they'll provide more details. When they hear you repeat their words, they feel like you're actually listening to them. So they naturally tell you more without feeling like they were challenged. The other way to use mirroring is even easier. Just repeat the last few words they said. This works well when your mind goes blank and you're not sure what to say next. If someone tells you, my neighbor keeps sending signals through the vents, you could reply, signals through the vents? This prompts them to continue explaining. Yeah, mostly at night when I'm trying to sleep. You're not changing the subject or adding pressure. You're just using their own words to keep them talking so you can understand what they mean. Here's the part most officers notice quickly. The last few words are often the exact thing you needed them to explain anyway. Mirroring like this makes your job easier because they end up talking more about whatever point you highlight. Now, the next piece is how you say it. And that's tip number 2. Say it in a calm, curious tone. Tone is extremely important. Using the wrong tone can quickly send a conversation in the wrong direction. A mistake we often make is mirroring the right words, but using a skeptical or frustrated tone. And that's when people get upset. You want your voice to be calm and genuinely curious. In our earlier example, we said, signals through the vents? In a way that sounded curious, not judgmental. Now watch what happens when I change the emphasis. Signals through the vents? Or signals through the vents? Same words, different meaning, and a very different reaction from the other person. The wrong emphasis can make someone feel judged or challenged. So keep your tone calm and curious, and place the emphasis where it shows interest, not skepticism. And finally, tip number 3, stop talking and let silence work. After you mirror someone's words, stop talking. Give them a moment to respond. That silence is what gives them space to open up. And most of the time, they'll add the detail you actually need. For a deeper dive into using effective silence, check out my video, Say Nothing, Build Trust. It's in the Active Listening Skills playlist. Now, while using mirroring is easy, I have 2 quick warnings for you. First, don't use it repeatedly, just every now and then when it matters. It needs to sound natural, not like you're parroting them. That's just going to upset them and make things worse. Second, don't mirror someone's emotional intensity. If you match their energy, they may feel like you're challenging them or think you agree with their level of emotion. And that can keep them stuck in that same intensity or make it worse instead of helping them calm down. So here's the deal. Mirroring is simple and effective. Just repeat a few words in a calm, curious way, and then give them space to talk. It buys you time, it shows you're listening, and it keeps the conversation focused on the part you actually need to understand. That's how you get people to open up and explain what's really going on so you can better guide the call toward resolution. 3 simple steps. Pick what you want to mirror, say it back with the right tone and emphasis, then wait and let silence do the work. Try it a couple times in your next conversation. You'll be surprised how well it works. If this helped you, hit like so more officers can find this video. Next time, we're moving into paraphrasing, a way to confirm you've got the story right before you make a decision that could take the call in the wrong direction. Until next time, stay safe out there and train to respond, not just react, so you can influence the outcome when it matters most.